Hey, what's going on, everyone? Don Cramer with the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty, wishing you a wonderful Wednesday. So, Wednesday, middle of the week, what time is it? It's time for our weekly housing market update. So, here with some stats to kind of bring you up to date as to what's going on mid September in the Las Vegas housing market. So, let's dive in and take a quick look at the numbers there, shall we? So, the first slide we're going to throw up there is the weekly stats. So we enter the week of the 21st of September with 5,123 single family homes currently on the market. Now that's just up a smidge, 0.3% from last week's number of 5,110. Of the 5,123, 5,064 are traditional sales, 33 are short sales, and 26 are foreclosures. Now, if we look at under contracts, we had a slight tick downward there to 4,591 homes under contract, with 4,457 being traditional sales, 107 being short sales, and 27 foreclosures. Again, other big key stats we like tracking on there is the median sold price of $335, which is still our record high. Back on markets, we had 186 homes, and then we had price decreases of 473. So the price decreases over a 7-day window down a fair amount because we were mostly seeing them in the 500 home unit range of price decreases. So a little lower this week. Now, I kind of alluded to this last week where I say, I think we're kind of approaching our cruising altitude here on real estate. And so our week over week change, not a whole lot, just a percentage down in under contracts and less than 0.5% increase in listings. Now, let's take a quick look at the overall 7-day changes. Now, if we look at this, as you will see over the last 7 days, we had 756 new listings. That was the last 7-day period, Monday to Monday. Back on markets, there's at 186. Price decreases, 473. We had 97 price increases. And then under contracts, both the show and no-show side, we had 975 under contract. And then over the last 7-day period, too, we had that 7-day period, we had 749. So again, we are putting more homes under contract, but the combination of new back on markets and new listings are kind of evening things out. But again, when you think about it, if we have almost just a little over 5,000 homes on market and we have 4,600, just shy of 4,600 under contract, that's a little bit. It's about like not even. It's almost at 90%. We're almost at 90% utilization from what we have coming into for sale versus going into contract. That's still a pretty healthy number versus normally we see like a 2-to-1. So in 5,000 homes, you might see around 2,500 to 3,000. But to be up there at 4,500, it's still showing demand is still quite healthy. Now, let's look at it from a standpoint of the price point ranges. So if we go with the under 250,000 price point single family residences, we have 405 homes for sale, and we have 524 under contract. In the 250 to 500,000 segment, our core market, we have 2,989 active listings. We have 3,245 under contract. In the 500,000 to 750 price point, we have 789 active listings, and we have 554 under contract. In the mid-luxury segment, we have 309 active listings with 145 listings under contract. And then finally, in the $1 million price segment, the luxury segment, we have 462 homes active for sale and 159 under contract. So again, across the spectrum, price points, we're still seeing some pretty healthy numbers of homes going into contract from $0, from the bottom of the market all the way up into the luxury segments, and also to inventory levels still a bit on the lower side than maybe where we'd like to be in that in the first couple of tiers. In the next, in the 500,000 and up, we've got probably a pretty good representation of homes, homes for sale, inventory wise, and demand. Now, one other item we're kind of tracking here in the month of September, because September is usually a month where, okay, in a traditional year, not 2020, where kids are going back to school, all that good stuff, fall sports engage, demand, it starts to wane. Also, too, we are in a presidential election year, and usually we see a little softening. We're only 6 weeks left to the election. So this is usually a point in time, too, saying, okay, well, let's kind of hold up. But what we did do is we wanted to pull and say, what is going on with regards to searching for inventory here in the state of Nevada? So we pulled up this slide here. This is from a research company called Showing Time. Excuse me. And Showing Time pulls together searches for residents. It's, weekly showing requests, things of that nature. And as you can see, we've shown this slide a couple of times throughout the year, and you can see the gold line there. There was the big dip earlier in the year with COVID and such. And excuse me, while we're not tracking quite as high as we were a year ago, if we go into this week, our weekly average this week is up 22% versus the beginning of January last year, so over a 7-day moving average. So if you think about that, demand is still looking pretty good and still holding in. So when we look at those things all relative there, sort of those June period, July period, August period, where we had pretty healthy amounts of homes going into demand, we're still seeing that carrying through into September, especially this late into September. So there might be a chance that October, with weather and such, interest rates still low, we will continue to see, a strong, healthy demand on homes. We're sort of thinking that people might back off a little bit with the election, but we really haven't started to see it foster yet. But let's kind of take a look to see what the next couple of weeks have in store. Now, love to hear what you have to think, so do us a big favor. If you like this, hit the like button. Also, too, put a comment down below. I'd love to get those answers back to you if you have a feeling or got a question about where the market's going or kind of the current market situation. But as I said, I'd like to say we're kind of in this cruising altitude window, but again, still cruising, but at a high demand rate. So if this is your first time, check it out. Love to have you. Again, this is our Wednesday weekly update, so we're excited to have you on. Now, tomorrow on Coffee with Cramer, we got a great special guest. We've got PGA Professional Director of Instruction, Matt Henderson from TPC Las Vegas. Matt is going to be on because we're going to do a little U.S. Open recap. Now, last week we had Mason Spalding on, the head golf professional, but following it up with Matt Henderson because there were a couple of interesting golf swings there at the end of the tournament, and I kind of want to dive into Matt a little bit about it and see, what's been the after effect from this major on instruction and information. Maybe, do we see some other downline items or questions on that? So, also too, love featuring golf courses. Again, I've been talking with a lot of people lately, hey, where to book some lessons or what clubs to join because, fall's in the air now. This is a gorgeous time of the year. So, a lot of people are kind of dusting off the golf equipment from the hot summer and starting to play. So, looking forward to having Matt on tomorrow. Anyway, on behalf of my partner, Colleen Schaefer, I'm Don Cramer with We Make the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty, where more now than ever, your real estate experience matters. So give us a call if we can help you with buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.